gonna go with TNC. I feel like they lack the disable necessarily to keep Cuckoo locked down.
Okay.
And
You think it's gonna go crazy?
yeah, well,
They do have a Medusa. You're already locked in. Never mind.
all right, I'm locked in. I also think that they don't have enough AOE.
I'm going for Mineski in this one as well. I believe in the ice brood. Let's find out what's gonna happen in game number 1 with OD Pixel and Fogged.
Thank you very much, Shiva. Yes, time for some more Southeast Asian Dota 2. We of course have the teams ready to go. The draft is complete. What are we reckoning for? Who's coming out on top? It's got to be a pretty powerful final pick for Bruges.
Hey, you got the last 2 right, didn't you? You got all 3 right in the last.
Last series. Oh, if
now you're the expert. Let's hear your.
If I was looking at this game,
Let's see.
I would say, I'd say I feel Mineski's got it here.
You do.
I feel they do. The Brood, the Medusa. I mean, you were kind of selling me on the Medusa during the draft, saying, you know, it's a Medusa, sure. PL, yeah, you get Diffusal on that, but
don't let me influence
the illusions
you.
die.
Come on, man.
I think Mineski, they got a good draft, but TNC, they've had some strong games yesterday. They did have some sort of questionable games, some sort of weird plays. So they are going to have to pull it together here, but I'm looking forward to seeing what 1437 and the boys can do.
Yeah, I mean, we got Tim's Under Spirit, right?
Yeah, and Tim's Under Spirit.
So I think the drafts are pretty close. I think just the one thing that has to happen for Mineski is they can't, if they fall behind in the laning phase, I think they can just really fall behind super hard throughout the mid game because they have an Undying on their team.
I mean, they can play the farm game though with the Medusa, couldn't they? Like, there is recovery options if they do get behind.
Sure, they do have those type of recoveries, but I mean, they have Avenge and they have Undying. These two heroes, if they fall behind in the early game, they don't really have those great recovery things. They need to go through fights, and fighting into TNC's lineup is a bit scary because they have a bit more team fight in regards to that. So we'll see how it plays out after the laning phase. I think, like Charlie said, we will probably have musical lanes coming out. They want to get the matchup of the Broodmother versus the Razor coming out from Mineski's bottom. Fight coming out, Tim's. Mushi still Wave of Terror. Him away. Not wanting to opt for the stun at the start. Lots of decay steal though.
So
12 strength.
Who's going to be wanting to dodge a who? Are you saying with these lanes?
It looks like they want to have the Razor versus the Brood. Okay. I think that, like Charlie was saying, the Batrider versus the Brood works, but Razor as well now is a lot easier because you're not invisible as Brood anymore. So you get that link. It's pretty nice. I think that either way though, Broodmother's gonna farm. I don't think you can prevent that from Ice Ice Ice.
So all the action at the moment we're going to be down in this bottom lane, especially with the smoke cut from 1437 and Tim's.
I think my biggest concern for TNC would really be the Phantom Lancer. Because, you know, they picked the PL into the Dusa because he's the Fusible, as you were mentioning. But I think if PL starts to fall too far behind, it can be very troubling to play versus Medusa. But if they can get ahead in the early game and then they can have this Phantom Lancer go toward the late game, it can work pretty nicely as well. Bottom lane, this pressure from the tri-lane.
Yeah.
Ninja Boogie.
3 stacks.
One more hit.
One more touch would have done it, but he can't quite get it.
That was close.
Disruptor kept alive. Seeing the pressure that TNC can put on in that bottom lane.
Look at top, Raven getting full links pretty much every single time. Until the spiders start building up, that is a Razor favored matchup. It's a couple levels on ice and he's going to be doing just fine. In mid lane, big disparity. Nana 9-2 to the 4-0 of Cuckoo.
And in the 1v1 situation, this is not going to get any easier for the PR. You know, Cuckoo needs to have rotations to come in if he wants to sort of overrule the Medusa in this 1v1.
Yeah, I haven't been seeing PL actually have too many good games. Yeah, at least for us in DreamLeague. Been struggling quite a bit.
Just invisibility ordered. Death tax.
So yes. Safe laners. Vengeful 7 for 3, 5 for 0 on the Razor. So it looks like the sort of ice actually coming out on top of this lane. Even though those long duration static links have been there for Raven.
He got the creeps behind the tower. He pulled the wave and got a couple denies, and that's why Raven is actually behind at the moment. And that's really good for the Broodmother, because once you get those spiders built up, there's no way the Broodmother there's no way that Razor can deal with this.
Mid lane Moon's got to be careful. There's 3 heroes looking for a play upon him. And try to pull him down here with the Spirit Lance.
Cuckoo dodged the snake there with the doppel. That was a really nice play.
That Moon will be okay for now. Still, as we can see both supports looking in on him on the mid lane.
Oh, that snake did not bounce to the range creep there for Moon. So it's actually a really big deal to pay attention to that when you're looking at these type of Medusa matchups. You get a couple like unfortunate bounces, you can actually get punished by rotations. And you see 1437, he's positioned around the mid lane. They really want to punish this because they need these lanes to go better. Mineski in a very good spot at the moment because, you know, they're playing with an Undying lane. They're playing with an Undying in their game. They need to be out ahead in the laning phase. Very good start for them. TNC. Gotta start making some moves. He's losing all 3 lanes at the moment.
Scan from Moon, he's worried about these movements, and he is right to be worried. They come in from the other side, they're not where he scanned. Like it matters though still, as he is able to get back behind the tower. He's secured. Like this mid matchup is already secured now though. The Medusa is so low on mana, can't even spam the snake out onto PL. Cuckoo farming just fine now at the moment. Razor as well, going for the plasma field levels, so he can actually clear some spiders. For now, once they start building up more though, they are pretty tanky to magic damage. And he will build a farm jungle with them at all times. And Witch Doctor can't really do a whole lot to help out a Razor. Good job. Big chase down here. I'll go straight for the TP out. Managed to take the Bat's bounty in as well as his own. Very nice. Feel that Undying, mid lane. Again, another attempt in onto the Medusa. But the backup is there from Jabs. Oh, Jabs has the dream. That's an arcane rune on an Undying. He's just gonna sit here for a while and guarantee that Moon catches back up. Because Moon is probably like, I need to get a couple Mystic Snake to get my mana back. And he has. So he's starting to recover a bit. He's fairly even in that mid matchup though. And Razor to the top. Now finally starting to get bullied. Those levels are coming on the Brood. They need to make lane adjustments. In comes the bat indeed. Sam H. Switching lanes. So he can try himself to put some pressure on the Brood, have that safety of the Firefly. It's awkward though already now for TNC. They don't have like great positions in these in top lane. Ice actually getting sticky stacked up. Has to be able to get the range of what he does. Yeah, they have to start like moving these lanes around. So it is awkward because they're starting to they're wasting some gold and they have to make these adjustments. So now Razor's making his way toward bottom to try to contest versus this. Did I see that right? Okay, so Razor has queued up a Soul Ring. I think maybe he'll change that. I think maybe he did that because he was versus the Brood. Yeah, maybe because he just want to have confidence. Yeah. And Samich just keeps getting forced out of top lane too. So this is definitely problematic for TNC, but now... Oh, the cast coming out as well. They've got to try and get Mushi out of there. The Maledict's bringing him down low. Found with the Magic Missile. Look back towards 1437. The Tombstone's been dropped. He's trying to kill Mushi. He doesn't get it. He had 17 wand charges. What the... Did he? Yeah, Mushi has literally 17 charges that he didn't use. Oh, he could have lived for that kill then. The heck? And that would have been a first blood as well if he had lived. It would have been first blood. That would have been first blood. He sat on Agi treads the whole time too. I mean, the Maledict was there. It was level 1 Maledict. If he popped the one, yeah, I think he would have been just fine. Like if he went if he magic stick and switched to strength treads, he just sat on Agi treads and tanked all that damage. He gets hit by a max range plasma field as well. That was definitely a mistake coming out from Mushi there. And they cost them. Misses out first blood. Yeah. Lost the carry's life. Kind of mistakes are things you can't do, especially versus a team like TNC. Mid lane, Cuckoo pulling further and further ahead of this Medusa. Pretty damn impressive for him. Glimpse back. Tim's quick with the border smash. Badgy Missile's there from Mushi. Tim's rolls out, TP's out. He's out of there. Wow. Can't quite catch him. TNC getting some clutch plays coming out here. Top though. Daryl, ice. Still doing incredibly well versus this Brood. SamH has to be careful here. Get the kill here. Ice. Yeah, this is spooky. The new Spiderlings have so much magic resist. They have less health overall, but versus a Bat Rider, you don't really burn down those spiders whatsoever here. Now the tower. 7 minutes down. Yep. Yeah, it's a good start for the Ice Brood. So like you said, that Brood can really start to take over, and it's beginning to happen. He's gonna have so much openings because now when you take that top tower as a Brood, you have access points to the whole enemy jungle. I mean, who do you sort of send on a spider killing mission? Like who can who can go out there and deal with this Brood at this stage of the game. It's hard with the lineup the TNC have.
None of their heroes actually can kill those. They have to have like multiple sticky stacks for them to try to do that. Plasma Field's not going to do it. Sam H getting surrounded again up top. The Spiders are bringing him low.
And down bottom. That's going to be another attempt here onto Mushi's life.
This time he uses them. Okay, he uses one.
And that'll save him.
Yeah.
Malavich will not be enough. The one charge is popped. But you say top lane, Sam, he's still trying to play around with this Ice Brood. But he's not having much success with it. And now Ice, he's taking his hit. They've got to send more heroes up in there. Will Tim's is on the way. Ice just sneaks back out. And he can go to the jungle. Just playing with them on top of these 10 spiders in one by one. Lame. Pressure into onto Moon, staying down bottom. Put the field down onto the Razor. Trying to move in. Jabs with the Undying with a glimpse back onto Raven. And with that, Raven should go down. Mushi able to take the kill. The carry for the carry.
Nice glimpse by Boogie.
2K gold lead, 3-1. The strong lanes definitely aiming to be very strong. I mean, there's a 61 CS on the Spider 9 minutes in.
Yeah.
And as we're saying, very little answers in ways that TNC can deal with the Spider that's had this sort of beginning.
I like how they are trying to make sure that the Medusa shut down. Now look at Cuckoo diving onto this Deuce in the mid lane.
Nearly gets it as well.
He's got another lance. The Moon does have some stick charges to keep him up. And also, we saw them block Ancients, which is something that we've been talking about a lot, which is very important versus the Medusa. It does get dewarded almost instantly, but the fact that they're even thinking about that is a nice approach by TNC.
I think you have to, don't you?
Yeah.
You really do. Any sort of Ancient farming here nowadays, it's just such an easy way to get an advantage if you allow them to take their Ancients and keep control of them.
They definitely have a Spider problem, though.
Oh, yeah. Ice.
He's going to be taking it tier 2 already.
10 minutes in. That top lane just disappearing before TNC's eyes.
Moon, mid. Getting dove up again by Cuckoo.
Back up.
Damage.
It's not going to be soon enough.
Nope.
Moon's down. Getting overwhelmed by the PL in these early stages of the game, the Medusa.
Bottom now, Mushi as well. Getting dove. Raven in 1437.
And with the Maledict on him, Mushi, he is going to go down. Tims comes in with a boulder smash, wrap around. Mushi trying to turn, but the silence is there from Tims. Mushi's down. They clean up the bottom lane as they also take the life of Ninja Boogie. TNC turning up the pressure, putting some damage onto this tier 1. Fortification is there, of course, for Mineski. So, I mean, they are getting stuff down here as a 3. They're getting good kills onto Mushi. And the kill on the juice in the mid lane as well. But I'm just... Ice can do so much this game on this Brood Mother.
Yeah, like we were saying, they have massive Brood problems. He's gone for the Vlads and Medallion builds so he can start doing those Ancients. He's going to have Solar Crest too in his
and they could do Roche really nicely. We're hitting the Vengeful Spirit and the build that he's got, as you say, once the Solar Crest is done. Roshan is definitely going to be a target for Mineski. And in TNC, they've got decent team fight, but when the Stone Gaze is there, it could become an issue for TNC trying to get into the pit and contesting Roche.
Moon only has, the Medusa only has 40 CS at 11 minutes.
It's struggling.
It's actually, he's not had the best time in that 65.
Oh, this is big. If they can get away with it, they've got the lasso, Stardust as well, and the Spider is down. Massive kill for TNC. Now they're going to look to try and turn it into more. The Static Storm down from Ninja Boogie, trying to hold back the side. Mushi fight the Magic Missile, but he's been surrounded. Mushi, he's going to go down as well as Ice. They also pick up Ninja Boogie on the back lines as Tims gets the kill. TNC. Doing exactly what they need to. If they can kill that Spider, it opens the game up and makes things so much easier. Mushi at this stage is not in a scary place. He has proved to be quite an easy pick-off time and time again for TNC this game one.
This is exactly what you were just saying too, is that TNC has this much stronger team fight. So if they do get a head-on engagement, especially away from the Undying, there's no way that Mineski can take it. And Undying's actually gone for a bit of a different kind of build. Jabs has skilled the Flesh Golem, so he's got a 2-2-1 build, not even 2 points in the Tombstone. So it is much weaker in that aspect. They have to play around him if they want to go for those types of plays. Or just either that, or just let Daryl do his own kind of aspect in the game. Have him be top alone, and they have to 4-man and play around that. At the moment now, Cuckoo is starting to get pretty massive, almost with the Fusel Blade finished up on that Phantom Lancer. Which is a big concern, as the panel mentioned. Lumi was saying there's not really good solutions for Phantom Lancer illusions. It's only really the Dusa.
Yeah, and the thing about the Juicer is it's all about who gets the head start in the game. Because if the Juicer's ahead, it's very easy for her to clear out the illusions if she has those points of split. But as you say, at this stage of the game, as soon as the Fusel comes out, there's going to be a very, very scary period for the Medusa, where she will struggle insanely against these mana burn illusions appear.
Yeah, I think Mineski needs to just have defensive wards up. They need to let this Dusa farm the Ancients. It's either let Dusa farm Ancients or run as a 4-man unit and let Broodmother farm Ancients. It's one or the other. You can't just have like, you can't have everybody together and just let TNC dictate the pace of the game. SMH.
Trying to catch it. There you get the trap with kinetic on the static storm.
Nice.
Damage is caught out and down.
This is a good approach, fighting around the Tombstone stuff, but they're getting pincered now. TNC, the rest of them are coming. Disruptor ulti.
He's trying to come in from the back. He's looking towards Tims. Will take down the Earth Spirit, but they've lost Ninja Boogie on the Disruptor. He gets the kinetic field off before he dies. But look at this Death Ward go to work as it pummels through Ice's Brood. 1437. Getting the damage in there with the ultimate to take down the spooky spider. TNC again. In these sort of team fight situations, just seems to be a little too much for Mineski's lineup to handle at this stage.
Yeah, as soon as Disruptor ulti is expended, as soon as Tombstone's dropped, the fight for Mineski just can't continue. And TNC with a really nice wraparound though. That was not expected from Mineski. They went all the way through the enemy jungle and wrapped around with mid, or bottom, I mean, Moon. Gets spotted, and this is an easy kill for TNC.
Raven joins in for the fun.
So that space, Mineski was just trying to make space for this Dusa to farm up, and he gets caught out and dies too, so all their efforts are for naught.
They've got to slow this game down somehow, Mineski. With the Dusa, they can recover their strength, the farming potential. But it's going to be hard with TNC playing as aggressive as they are.
Yeah. With the Diffusal finish on PL now, even, I mean, 1437 has a Glimmer Cape at 15 minutes on a Witch Doctor. As the, I guess you could say, the hard 5 Witch Doctor. So he's farming very well. And that can make a big aspect into these upcoming team fights. They're going to have to save at all times from that, and he already has max level Cask with high level Maledict for the fights. And here we go. They're not slowing down whatsoever. Trying to take fights non-stop.
There we go. Cuckoo kicking things up onto Jazz. Jazz throws down the Tombstone. Static Storm is not going to catch anyone at all. The PL's already out of there. Ice starts being forced back up the high ground. He'll turn, try man fight against Sam H. Bring the bat down low, not quite low enough for the kill. Sam H continuing to kite up. Ice, the spider has to run. And see if they can chase down more. They've got eyes onto Mushi. Raven coming in with the wraparound. Mushi with the swaps has tanked this from Ninja Boogie. And Ninja Boogie has no option, he has to. So Ninja Boogie will go down. Mushi's still alive for now. He's going for the kick. Tim's just off the mark, but Raven, he will be able to clean up the kill as he comes in with the plasma field. And again, 13-6.
They're looking for Daryl too.
Oh, they're gonna find him. Ice came back in for the Witch Doctor kill. They cost him his life. It's getting massively out of hand for Mineski.
Yeah, this is starting to get out of control, honestly. Yeah. They have an Undying in their lineup, and it's 16 minutes in, and they're behind. It's looking really unfortunate here for Mineski at this point here with the Dusa in their draft. They don't have any way to take these engagements. They can't fight versus the pace that TNC is keeping up, and I think TNC is going to just continue this. They're not going to slow down whatsoever. So Lumi was talking about how the Eternal Envy Razor went for these cheap small items. Raven did the exact same build. Phase, Drum, Hood. He's just looking to get involved and run at this Mineski lineup with this Razor. Cuckoo's got such high farm rate already. Top of the board. Mineski have to slow the pace down, as you were mentioning before. They can't keep just trying to run into this. They have to split the map up with the Broodmother and try to take more advantageous team fights with outnumbering.
Even splitting the map up with the Brood is hard now because of just the fact that TNC's heroes, they're well leveled, they're well kitted out for this stage. You know, it just sends a couple of them, you get one sort of lockdown. And you'll almost certainly have the damage to take down Ice.
I think they have to start doing that though, because even if they start losing some hero, even if Mineski loses some heroes, I think that's like what they have to do, because they have these 3 cores that have to farm, right? Broodmother, Vengeful, and Medusa, they have to go farm out different lanes, which is always going to reveal the fact that Mineski split up. So TNC will go for that advantage. I think they just have to sack one of them. One of them has to realize it's like, I can't be that farmer. I think we've said that a few times. Like, I think at TI, some of the panel members we've been saying, like, if you're shown 3 of your cores in the lane, one of them is bound to die.
One on lane, Mineski. He'll start, and he'll die. Oh, Maledict. He's gonna pop surely.
Let's see. Oh, raindrop not enough. Maybe if he ate or fired. Nah, maybe
he took a lot. He went from 1400 like to 200. That was a lot of damage.
Level 4 Maledict. Lots of damage.
He did.
Top. Maybe they're gonna get a catch onto Sam H though.
Oh, did try from TPL. Wasn't gonna be the case. Too much damage. Same time in the mid lane. That's another dead spider. Spiders will find Tim's in return. But these are the cores of Mineski going down time and time again. And still, as the game goes on, PL, he's yet to die. He's having a beautiful time.
The wards coming out from TNC, they have so much vision around the map to make all these aggressive moves.
Oh no. RNG. I tell you what, we've seen a few unfortunate double games recently. Yeah. A lot of the times, the environment screwing over some PLs.
Tims will give his buddy some words of encouragement. Don't give up. So very good first 20 minutes coming out from TNC. Just punishing every time we see Mineski showing in all 3 lanes.
Mineski, as I say, I still think there is a good amount of faith to be held in the Medusa. Sure, she's behind, but it's definitely not irrecoverable. If this keeps going on for, like, what, at least 10, 15 more minutes, this Medusa is likely to be at the top of net worth. But the farm that she can get, unless TNC can continue to focus on catching him out. Cuckoo being eyed up.
They don't have a great way to catch Cuckoo.
Nah, it's all on, well, I guess it's literally all on the Disruptor, but at the same time that's hard unless you get the straight up static storm. Glimpse can be dodged, of course.
Yeah, glimpse dodge from the Doppel. And he's got Shadow Blade too, so he's looking for pickoffs.
Oh.
With this DL build. Looking for jabs.
He's gonna find it. And on the jabs.
Oh, he's gonna get a Tombstone.
I feel like we've seen Tombstone hurt the team that the Undying's on much more.
Oh, he didn't get Doppel off. Oh, we don't have. Oh, they do have sentries. He didn't even drop it.
Oh. Oops. Hang on. Did he? Maybe he didn't realize that the Shadow Blade was there, even though the mate just got jumped on with the Shadow Blade, and then thought that maybe he just didn't catch the PL.
I think that he thought that he doppelgangered.
Yeah, he thought he didn't catch him, I guess.
But that time
didn't see him.
That time was because Arcane Rune, so he had a lot of he had the lower cooldown on that Shadow Blade. But yeah, slight mistakes coming out from Mineski, and they're getting punished. TNC.
That's a bit of a whirlpool. What's the PL going for next anyway with this?
Aghanim.
I like that. But the sort of the pace he's going, Ag's early on is going to have to jump forward. Just to kick things off. Holding pack one, Stone Gaze comes through as well. I'm going to see Mineski try and turn this one around. Yeah, looks to back off, but the magic missile is in, and Cuckoo, he's overstepped the mark. That's a big kill to go to Moon. Of all people, Mushi will still fall to the magnetized damage, but gotta be careful. You do have the lead, you do have the edge, but you cannot afford to feed big kills to the Medusa.
A little overzealous.
The Hurricane Pike. I think this Medusa is scary. Raven, still very big. He's got the Shiva's Guard. TNC, they need to pull it together as a team and continue the momentum that built up from earlier without going in one by one like the PL, like Cuckoo tried.
They've lost all their wards now. They placed all 4 pretty much at the same time, so all 4 despawning at the same time. They've lost a lot of vision for this time being. And Mineski's doing a pretty decent job recovering. They're still 4K behind, but they are, you know, splitting up their resources. They're pretty much making TNC pick and choose. Like, they have to kill one side of the map or the other.
Out of all the cores, only really Mushi.
Moon. He's getting sandwiched here. They put a ward down from 1437.
Kill. The last man is down. There's no chance to get any sort of spell. He gets melted. And the last remainder of the Ancients being cleaned up by TNC as well. Mushi also got out of the top lane. The rest of Mineski will come in, see if they can find some kills to make TNC pay. They get the glimpse back onto Raven. He's pretty speedy. He's got the back of the Tims, and Raven, he's going to be fine by the looks of it. The Spider's trying to finish him off, but there's not enough damage for them. As it was, Raven will be fine. And now Mineski, they look to be in even greater trouble as they've lost Ice. They're going to lose Jams on the Undying as well. Double kill for Samay.
As soon as we're saying they're starting to make a decent recovery,
yeah, that
TNC
happens.
just turns up the heat. 4K gold after that sequence of events. TNC just not slowing down whatsoever.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Cuckoo absolutely dominating in this game as this Phantom Lancer. 8-1-8.
Getting pretty crazy. Mineski, they do have good high ground. But at the same time, if they dare step foot out of the base, which the Medusa needs to do, you know, she needs to find the farm. As we've seen, that's pretty much being tapped on by TNC. They will hunt her down when she's by her Ancients.
Yeah, the fact that they've lost all their outer towers pretty much, except for that one tier 2 mid.
Yeah.
The Medusa's avenues of coming back is very limited. And now DD Rune on Cuckoo. They are looking to fight. Yeah. They don't need all their ultis. They've got Batrider Lasso ready. Magnetizes up in 10. They might just make the way into the Roche pit.
Yep, no reason not to get the Aegis. And then even consider trying to push for the high ground. The Axe complete on Cuckoo as well.
They throw out a scan and it catches Mineski on the high ground there. Okay. So they are felt a little bit worried. They want to just take a fight. They know they're stronger. And then they're going to go into that Roche. Mushi.
Oh, they are going to get it. Jump for the see that roll. My static storm is down. But look at the death wall from the low. 40-37 go for there. The glimpse is there to cancel it though. And Moon, he's picked up a double kill. Sam H gets the back up. There likes to be a buyback from Tims as they try and keep this fight going. But TNC, they're bleeding kills. They're losing cores. Raven's falling low. Ice trying to chase. He hasn't quite got the speed to keep up with the Razor. So Raven will be fine. Moon backs away. TNC with that buyback from Tims continuing to try and turn things around. Ice looking to get back to the base with the soul rip. He'll be fine. Ooh, TNC seems so desperate to take the fight there. And at the end of the day, it does not go their way. You know, Moon gets the double kill. You know, Tim's buying back. So overall net worth, that gap's being closed. And as I said earlier, look at this Medusa. She is very close to being the most farmed hero in the game. She's only about 500 behind Raven's Razor. And that is going to close any minute now. She's got 3.7k gold. There's no doubt about it. This Medusa is still definitely a big issue for TNC, despite how well they're playing in the early game, the early laning stages. Look at this turnaround now on the net worth and XP. It is starting. They can't afford to lose another fight to Moon.
Yeah, that was pretty much just because of the location of where the fight is. They are in that small little ancient area and they get caught by a big static storm from Ninja Boogie into the Stone Gaze. A lot of team fight coming up from Mineski in those kind of close quarters. They weren't able to grab the lasso onto anybody.
They're going to try again by the looks of it. They're coming forward, they're looking for Ice, but he's out of there. The smoke jump revealed by TNC. Won't get a kill. They will look to Roche though. They're hovering around it.
They don't kill it fast.
They have got a Solar Crest on 40-37, but yeah, even with that, you say it's not the quickest.
It's not a great place for them to fight. Same kind of aspect as that high ground. It's a very close quarters area where Disruptor just thrives. Disruptor and Undying around the pit is an absolute menace. And Mineski now, they're looking to turn up the heat. They air smoke themselves. They've got mech on Undying. They've got a couple other items.
Did Medusa spend up any of her gold jets towards what the Scar deal? Oh, she's getting the Mantis. Okay. Understandable with the Spirit Silence.
Yeah, and Broodmother has gone for the Radiance build.
Trying to catch him. Static's gone down. They found Raven. It's a big kill indeed. Raven down.
Very nice smoke coming out for them. Trying to meet with their Medusa to lead into a tower push, and they even find Raven. TNC still trying to set up here, though. They see Mushi. Tims is on the sidelines.
Oh, there we go. Jumping in. They'll look for the initiation. They've got the Maledict onto the Medusa. She's silenced up as well. Healed up by the Star. They've already lost Mushi. And with the control and the Death Ward, TNC, they claim 2. They'll get Ninja Boogie as well as the Boulder Smash is there from Tims to stop the TP. That is the defense that they need. Fighting like that. Catching Mineski arguably off guard, as I don't think they would have expected TNC to be that aggressive with their carry on the sidelines, but TNC showing that they can do it with Cuckoo, the damage coming out from the death blow. He's going to bring a lot in these fights with his Maledict.
It was the control too. Tim gets in, gets a 2-man stun, they hit the Maledict on the Dusa, and then the cast. The cast was pretty much bouncing between the two supports over and over again. So just too much control, and now they can lead themselves into a rush. When somebody's dead with Solar Crest, with PL, with all these illusions, they start to clear it up. It'll be very hard for Mineski to make an attempt to go in.
Now, I suppose can have a poke in, or a poke around. Knows that is going on. You can do anything on the Spider. It's harder. It's doing a lot to 1437 there. Has to limit cape and back up.
We can't get into the fight.
It is unlikely that he can get anywhere close to it. And indeed. Oh, he's thinking about it. Going on. Oh, Ice trying. Oh, he gets the kill. He's able to get the kill, but Kuka will snatch the Aegis. There was a fair bit of time when the Aegis wouldn't have picked up, but Ice able to take the Roche kill.
Mushi, though, swaps out.
He's in trouble.
And now he is going to get hunted.
Oh, if only Ice was able to pick up the Aegis there. There was a long time, it felt, where the Aegis was not being picked up. But he gets the kill at least. Classic Ice. Not sure how much that will do in the overall scheme of things, but it does give them that extra bit of money XP.
How the hell did he get that? Did he hit it, or did the Radiant?
I think he nuked it.
Okay, he knew. Okay, I mean that's still not even that much damage.
It's still not that much with the resistance as was. Look, it gets in, it hovers around.
I think the Radiance Burn got the last hit. Because I didn't see him
even hit it.
I don't think he hit it. It doesn't look like he passed it.
I mean, maybe.
I think he just got some RNG right there, to be completely honest.
Did he not have a slot for, as I said, I was surprised he didn't get the Aegis.
He cleared up a slot, but I think there was too much inside of it.
I mean, there was a lot of chaos around that bit.
Yeah.
Because Mushi doesn't get picked off for making their save.
How does he get the... I mean, I'm going to watch that one again after this. It looks like the Radiant Spirit got it. Maybe he poked it. Maybe he poked it once and then.
How much magic resistance do Reps have again?
It's lower than it used to be.
It is okay. I'm gonna say, but still, getting that rush. There is that Aegis on Cuckoo though, and I think TNC can look to try and do something big with that.
I think the Rosh on Magic is like 50%, maybe 55. It's about half. I know. Okay. It's very close to 50 or 55%. I can't remember exactly. Raven. Full BKB up now on the Razor, so he can actually get into the fights a lot easier versus Disruptor. Very tanky on the Razor now too. Yeah. Almost level 20, can choose for that 10 armor if he wants to, and then it'll be pretty hard to bring down.
Actually could complete field range on the PR.
Okay.
I was better with the sneaking around, and I want to say, I might be totally wrong here, but if you can get the touch on Mushi, it stops those illusions spawning and hitting the back.
Yep.
Which, you know, it's a considerable bit. You don't really want a PL illusion punching at you after you've killed someone.
It breaks the Vengeance Aura, and it also breaks
it doesn't create an illusion of them, it creates illusion.
Yeah, and it breaks the incapacitating bite from the Brood Mother as well.
Oh, that is true. That is true. Hey, the managed to find the grab it. Straight in on Ice. He's brewed into the Maledict. Ice. No way he can survive for this, surely no. He's down for 75. Moon trying to headbutt, but cleans out the tombstone. TNC will back up, and Ice is back in. This is going to be the challenge, pushing up to high ground. Moon closing in on the butterfly as well. Once he has that.
Yeah, it's tough, Rick, right? They have the Medusa, which is really good for the high ground defense, but TNC does have that Bat Rider. So if they do see anybody, they just grab them out of the pit, and then they can try to go for the number advantage. And now, Ice has no buyback on that Brood.
I mean, I don't know if he necessarily needs to buy that, unless they can find a play aggressively. Oh, Cuckoo! They just smoked, but Cuckoo was there, of course, invis, and now they're just going to jump in on them. Mushi getting low, but the Starbrick comes in, Stone Gaze. Is it going to be enough to take Mushi? It does! They get the Stone Gaze off the PL. No, he gets past it. He goes towards Mushi, but he's now going to look to turn back, and he knows if he can get Ice. This is going to be a tie back on the Spider if they can. Soul Rips there, will heal Ice back up. The PL turns his attention towards Moon, who Hurricane pikes himself back up to the high ground. And away from the damage in TNC, that got a little spooky there for Mineski. As it seemed a little, that's where they smoked, and then as I said, the Silver Edge PL was sort of sitting there, and they were like, "Oh, hang on, someone's among us."
Yeah.
And then Yeah, either way, everyone's surviving. And some big saves. They're just getting ice out of there. That could have been incredibly painful if they just lost the Brood straight off the back of that buyback.
That's the first time I've seen that ever. Did you see what talent Broodmother just picked up? The 20 spider attack damage over the attack speed. The attack speed talent was just changed last patch from 60, well, initially from 70 to 60, and then in 7.07.
I mean, that is a lot.
60 to 50.
Why was it that people did? Was it just because of the fact that in the fight the spiders normally just die? Because for the pushing and everything else, the numbers add up way better for the spiders.
Gets spotted out here on the side and picked off here by Tims. Well, they usually just die.
Yeah.
I think.
But for pushing and
I think that's why he did it. Yeah, I think he's realizing they're having trouble just taking.
Because how much damage do they do normally?
18.
It's a lot of damage. That is a lot to add up.
Is under attack.
If you have enough,
Yeah?
I guess.
If you have an army built up, indeed, no disruptor. The people are getting picked up by...
The spiders, they just killed Tims.
Oh my goodness, the spiders are freaking spooky.
They don't kill core heroes, but they can kill supporting.
And now the spider's dead for 100 seconds. Ice has not got buyback. That's the real spooky thing from Mineski. Can they hold? They've got the Medusa. They do have they should have the rest of the team up in time. 25 seconds and Disruptors back in, and they have got Butterfly complete on Moon. A good amount of damage. Say that, they're losing the tier 3 tower. They've got to get back here soon. Tier 3's gone. Moonshot will be back up in a second. Looks like they may have to just accept the loss of this mid-rack. They're turning their attention towards the Medusa. That evasion though. Medusa's doing not quite as much. Now he's swapped back from Moonshot. Looking to set up onto Cuckoo. Cuckoo put with a doppelganger. He will be fine. They can't quite get the catch on him. Now turning towards the Witch Doctor. Maledict down onto Moon. Flame Break actually knocking Moon close to 1437. But he's got the Glimmer Cape. He's got the CP. And Mineski, they do not have the detection.
They lost the melee racks.
Slowly but surely, TNC edging themselves closer and closer to victory this game.
Yeah, 13k gold lead, 20k experience lead. They've been doing an incredibly good job of not allowing Mineski to slow the pace down. At all times, they've just been pretty much running at them. Even though Moon is farmed, Mushi is incredibly shut down. 10,700 net worth on that Venge, and you look at the supports from TNC, they're right behind him. Mushi 3 and 10, really just getting punished heavily by TNC.
Yeah, there's not a lot this Venge can do at this stage other than be a sort of semi-reliable stun at this later portion of the game and the aura. Very hard for Mushi to really sit there and get stuck in the fights. Rather far behind. Agonyms for Raven nearly complete, so the push is even more scary.
Mushi again.
Oh, these grabs from Stab. Straight in with the lasso, bringing the Venge back, and that is 70 seconds. No, Mushi does not have buyback, and TNC, they take more. Look at this speed of Cuckoo as he closes in onto Moon. The break, this haste rune PL, forcing Mineski back, jumps up to the high ground. He's managed to find Disruptor there as well. That's 2 heroes down, but nearly a minute on Mineski.
Sam H is just finding the grabs all over the place. With this movement speed talent, with Shadow Blade, easily close that gap. And now, Cuckoo, full Butterfly finished up. Again though, instantly, they have no hesitation. As soon as they have Lasso, they go for those kills. They do not slow down.
Yeah, Sam's been playing very, very nice.
Yeah, Sam is...
Big grabs, and after having a bit of a struggling time up top here when he turned up against the Brood, he's pulled it together. Moon, he jumped on. Cuckoo's trying to start the fight straight away. Trying to sort of poke and prod the Stone Gaze out of him. The ult coming out from Raven with the Aghanim Scepter, punching into the racks. Can Mineski actually hold this? Still 10 seconds before they got the heroes back. Still putting against the all, they've actually got the grab. They've got it onto the Medusa. Do they have the damage though with the evasion? He's still alive for now, Moon. Does he get the aura? No, he's had a mana. He can't get the Stone Gaze out. He's down. 85 seconds, no Medusa. TNC, I think they may just have done it. They find nice as well. They kept the pressure up. There was not the time for this Medusa to become the big scary snake lady that she'd hoped to be, and GG is called. TNC take game 1 against Mineski.
That was very well played.
Really nice
from start to finish. I mean, the Phantom Lancer for me, Cuckoo, absolutely spectacular performance from him. Just coming out ahead in the laning phase in that in the start, and then also punishing. He killed the Medusa, I think once or twice, and just making all the right rotations. That was really well done by TNC. I think like overall, they really dictated the pace of the game. They had a good flow coming out, and they never really let Mineski stop and catch back up. I mean, Ice had a great time taking tier 2 very early, but we never could see them actually take a head-on engagement versus TNC for the most part.
Yeah, I think